All right, Fly Life Films checking in. We got a special guest. Let the people know your name and where you're from.
My name is QuanishaMona, and I'm from Buckingham, Virginia.
Okay, so Miss QuanishaMona, let the people know what it is that you actually do.
I am an aspiring runway, print, and commercial model.
Okay. How long have you been modeling?
I've been modeling for about 2 to 3 years now.
Oh, okay. So what's changed in the time frame from when you started up until now?
I've made a lot of progress. I've learned a lot, as far as doing different photo shoots. I've actually been, published once or twice, doing different fashion shows and stuff. It's helping me grow and learn more about the industry.
So where have you done shows at?
I've done a fashion show in Richmond, Virginia. It was actually my first one. It was very, very exciting, actually.
Okay. Well, explain to the people what's a day like getting ready for a fashion show.
It's a lot of preparation. I think we got there maybe like 5 hours before the show started. And just makeup, hair, making sure everybody's in order, making sure all the designers have their last fittings done, pretty much things like that. Just trying to make sure everything's perfect.
Okay. So what made you get into modeling?
It was not my first interest. It wasn't. I always loved to take pictures and stuff like that. I've always been a girly girl, but everybody just kept coming up to me like, oh my God, you're the slender, you're pretty, you should try to model, things like that. And I just decided to give it a try. A couple years ago, I got this lady to take some pictures of me, and I felt comfortable. I liked it, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with it and see where it goes. And so far, it's been going pretty good.
So what type of model would you consider yourself?
I'm most interested in commercial modeling, even though I have done print and runway. I think commercial modeling fits me the most. Like, you see those girls on those Colgate commercials, things like that. I feel like I would be really good at that because I'm very outgoing. And print modeling is more or less just like taking pictures of, being in magazines and things like that. And of course, you got your runway, which are like fashion shows, Victoria's Secret fashion shows, things like that.
So say, for instance, like you mentioned Colgate, say, for instance, they came to you with $1 million. What would your first investment be?
My first investment, well, the first thing I'm going to do is after I get my lawyer to read over the contract, I'm going to pay off my debt, pay my car off, things like that. So I'm starting off with a clean slate as far as, maybe getting a house and moving out of Buckingham too.
Right.
So I would just try to be responsible and not jump too far ahead of myself.
So what makes you think that you're fit to be a model?
I come alive in front of that camera. Like, it's just something about it. I have such a passion for it. And like I said, it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do at first, but ever since I've been doing it, it's like, it makes me so excited. I love it. Like, I come alive. I feel like I'm born to do that.
All right. So, we all need motivation at some point, whether it's family or peers involved. Who would you consider motivation and why?
One person?
It can be multiple.
Well, of course, I would have to say my mom first. Of course. Ooh, love that woman to death. She supports me throughout anything that I want to do, no matter what. Like, I would have to say that my mom would have to be my number one. And all of my family really, really are really supportive. But, I will point my mom out, singly. And then, of course, my boyfriend, he supports me as well. So I have a really good support system. I can say that. I know a lot of people, they don't have a lot of people cheering for them. But I can say that that's one space that I do not lack in. I have a lot of support. And they help keep me on my toes. So.
Okay. So how is it being a model? Like, I'm sure the thirst gets real. Like how,
Yes.
like how do you manage that? Like with the social media and all that?
I really, if I get a compliment and it's tasteful, I always say thank you. I try not to be bougie like that, you know what I'm saying? I'll always say thank you, but there comes times where you do have to put people in their place and let them know, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm in a relationship, I'm over here focused. I don't, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here strictly for business. And you run into people, that you work with that are like that. That actually happened to me when I met Rich Dollars one time. He had like a little modeling thing going on. Yeah, he was kind of just there to try to sleep with the girls and things. And I told him no. I said, no, that's not going to get that contract signed. That's what I want. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can find people like that. You just got to have your head on straight.
Right. Okay, so like what's the craziest thing you've heard or seen since you've been modeling?
The the craziest thing that I've heard or seen. But you know what? It's not even, to me, I don't think it's so much of what they say, it's how persistent they are. Like how you can tell somebody, no, I'm not interested, and they're just still like, are you sure? Or they'll continue to hit you up and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, when will you ever get the point? They're just very persistent in 2017. I don't know what it is, but they really, really, you know.
Right. So speaking of 2017, what are some of your goals for this year?
Traveling. I want to travel. Atlanta is really one of the places that I really want to go to. I really want to see that. New York, you know, and it gets hard sometimes. I know it's expensive to get out there, you know, with working and stuff, but I'm trying to put some plans in motion so I can get out there, you know, see some of those agencies and go to some of the castings and stuff.
So when you go out to a fashion show, what are like some of your main goals as far as, you know, showcasing yourself?
To always do better than I did last time. And to learn something different, meet new people, you know, network, that sort of thing. Just, you know, be, you know, the person that you're trying to show yourself. You know, you came here with something to show, pretty much like that.
So what type of people do you see at fashion shows?
All types of different designers, you know, and the designers, they're really, really important because, you know, you're their clothes hanger, you know. You're there to showcase what they have, but then they're also looking at you and how you model the clothes. You know, but basically a lot of designers, you have some agencies come out because they want to scout models and see who they see and what they see, you know. And a lot of the times when they do scout, you know, there's a lot of different criteria that goes along with that. So you're not always signed like on the spot. You know, some things they want you to critique and work on before they'd like to sign you. So you run into a lot of important people. You gotta be on your toes. You gotta pay attention and just try to do your best.
Okay. So what is your actual model name? What is your stage name as a model?
Just QuanishaMona, which is my first name and my middle name.
Okay, interesting. So what do you have coming up, QuanishaMona?
I have a fashion show. It's actually going to be the weekend before my birthday. It's actually the 17th, 18th, and the 19th. I have a fashion show in Richmond on those 3 days. It's the Southern Women's Fashion Show. So I'm doing that. And then in May, I have another fashion show that's in Richmond. And I'll be participating in that as well.
Okay. So what would you consider the difficulty level is trying to be a model coming from a small town such as Buckingham?
Oh, I guess getting noticed, you know, getting yourself out there, just striving to keep going and, you know, trying to, because you're going to get discouraged, you know, in anything that you do. So just trying to keep going and, you know, keep my head on straight and not get distracted and remember what my goals are and what I'm here to do, basically. That's pretty much, I think, is the hardest thing, you know. And then you got people that are going to critique you and tell you that you can do this better or you can do that better, you know. So basically, like I said, just stay in focus. It's so hard to lose focus.
Right. So I personally noticed that you know, sport different hairstyles. Is that just a fashion thing, or do you personally like to be creative with your hair?
Oh, I like to be creative. I swear, people tell me all the time, like, every time I see you, you look like a different person. I didn't know that was you, you know. I like change. I like to switch it up, you know. And I am a big fashion guru, so I love to do and try different things. I don't think there's a hairstyle that I haven't tried yet. So I just love hair. Hair is that's a big thing for me too. Hair and makeup. I'm a big fanatic on that stuff.
Got you. But how much do you spend on makeup and hair in a year?
I don't think I want to let my mom know that much. I couldn't even tell you because it gets expensive. It does. I've actually invested in a credit card for makeup because, you know, but I try to use, you know, all what I have before I get rid of it. But I can say that I think I spend more on my hair than I do on makeup. On my hair a year, it's in the thousands. I know it is.
Oh, wow.
It has to be because I change my hair a lot. Like as far as products and, you know, whether it's braids or whatever.
Got you. Okay, so are there any models that actually inspire you to keep moving within the field?
As far as like celebrity wise, or do you mean like local models?
It could be anyone.
Well, when I first started getting into modeling, Eva Marcel, she did America's Next Top Model like towards when it first came out. And just to see her go through it as being an African American female, it inspired me because, you know, African American females as models, that wasn't very popular at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? So to see her go through that and win the show, you know, that really inspired me a lot. There are some local models that inspire me as well. A couple girls that I've had a chance to work. Well, one of them I had a chance to work with. Her name's Mahogany, Eaton. She actually lives in Richmond. She's a really, really, really good model. And then there's another girl named Kay Woodson who lives in Farmville. She's done a lot of stuff. And like I said, a lot of people don't know that. I mean, you have people around you just because they're local. They inspire me as well, because they're trying to do something or they're doing things that I want to do.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I would like to be established. I'd like to be signed to an agency. Actually, it doesn't have to be a particular place. Whether I live in like a city, I would like to live in more of the, the country part. I want to be able to get to the city quick, but I wouldn't want to live like right in the city. So just settled, following my dream, halfway to the point where I want to be pretty much.
Mm-hmm. So have you made any good connections with people in the model industry that, you can actually say that are your friend or that, you guys build with each other on a daily basis or weekly basis?
We don't deal with each other on a daily basis, but there is a lady named Mia. She actually got me into my first magazine publication. She submitted me, we took some pictures and she submitted my pictures. And I was actually featured in last year's May 2016 issue of Pump magazine. So that was very, very, exciting for me to be able to be a part of that. So I look at her as like she's a very good connect to be with. She's a great person. So
how did you feel when you figured out you was going to be in that magazine?
Oh, I felt great. I didn't know what to do. I didn't believe it because for real, I didn't think I was going to get it. But when I did, I was very excited. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing at all.
Okay. So what are some of your favorite memories being a model?
I would have to say my first fashion show that I was in. I was so excited. I thought I was about to have an anxiety attack, but that was kind of a good thing at that moment. And it would have to be my magazine that I got published in. I think those would have to be two of my greatest memories as far as modeling goes.
Okay. So, models, I mean, they can do a wide variety of things. Would you consider yourself being in a music video at all?
Yes, I would, tastefully. Not, shaking and doing all that. And no, but yes, tastefully. Yes, I wouldn't mind being in a music video. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to be stiff, but, certain ways that women are exploited, I don't want to be one of those ones.
Gotcha. That's understandable. So do you have any limitations when it comes to clothing? Being a model?
Tasteful. I just want it to be tasteful. I don't want to look hood radish, if that's a word or anything. So.
What is your definition of a hood rat?
Like, it just looks nasty. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, something that does not look well put together. It looks like it was thrown together. Like, just wear this. It's just not clean. That's how I would describe it.
Got you. So, for the people that may be hiding under a rock, let the people know where they can find you, social media wise, and get in tune to your work.
Okay, my Facebook, it's Quanisha Bolden. I have a Snapchat as well. My Snapchat is QuanishaXOXO. And I have an Instagram, and it's _model Quanisha. I have a Twitter, but I don't get on it. So.
Got you. So anything else you want to let the people know before we head off?
That I'm just working and trying to do better, and I hope everybody continues to do the same thing.
All right.